And there is a very special anniversary starting this week in Sarasota.
Yes, indeed. It's the 100th birthday for the Newtown community. Now, Newtown is the longest lasting community made up of predominantly African Americans in Florida, and there are historical reasons for its creation. Tonight, part one of our special series called Newtown, 100 Years and Thriving.
Newtown is a wonderful community.
For Carolyn Mason, former Sarasota mayor and the first African American elected to the county commission, this is still home. She moved to Newtown in 1964 at the age of 14.
At one time, Newtown was the new town for African Americans where they could own their own property.
Newtown was created April 17, 1914, with the idea of African Americans, like other groups, being able to have a piece of the American dream. And while many other black communities in the country and in the state no longer exist today, Newtown, the oldest African American community in Florida, has survived. Today, what was once a small unpaved road is now Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way. On Newtown Boulevard, where the Newtown Rec Center now sits across from the North Sarasota Library, this was once all cow pastures.
It has changed into still a great, vibrant community that still people know each other, people talk to each other.
Well, obviously a lot has changed over the years here in Newtown. Some things are obvious and some not so obvious. But what is it that's made this community so resilient?
People worked hard to get here, and they are fiercely protective of it, and I think that has a lot to do with the resiliency. I grew up during segregation, and so you know, the beaches were segregated. There were stores downtown that were segregated. The bus system was segregated. And so to have a community of all African Americans, it just made it more comfortable.
Commissioner Mason bought a house in Newtown 9 years ago, and after raising her children here, now her grands live here, and this is the place she says she wants to be.
I'm not making an excuse for the negative stuff, but it doesn't define the community called Newtown.
Now, what else is it that makes Newtown so special? That's something we're going to look at part two of our report on Monday. A lot of very interesting and delightful people in Newtown that I had a chance to meet while putting this together. And the 100th anniversary events are taking place over the next few weeks in Sarasota. Again, more on Monday.